Up to
Awesome.
you.
Thank you, Marina. Should I present the PowerPoint, or
If you wish, or I can. Up to you.
if you will, I would appreciate it.
Yeah,
Is okay,
absolutely
yes.
not a problem. Here
Awesome.
we go.
Awesome. Thank you. And good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ioana Frangula, she, her, hers. I am the BHA procurement team lead, and I'm happy to present you today our informational session, BASO Regional Council membership. Um, we're going to talk today about so basically, why BASO, right? A regional person-centered approach to reform. Establishing BASO was mentioned in House Bill 22-1278, and it was one of the key recommendations made by the Behavioral Health Task Force in alignment with one of the six key pillars of behavioral health reform. The task force recommended that BHA develop a single point of entry with no wrong door, to help individuals navigate the full continuum of behavioral health services. And as of July 1st this year, people have one place to call to get whole person centered behavioral health care with a full continuum of treatment service for mental health and or substance use disorder across the lifespan. Next slide, please. BASO. Next, we're going to look at the BASO regions map. So here's the BASO map highlighting where locally routed care networks will operate across Colorado. These four regions aligns with Medicaid ACC Phase 3 regions, making care coordination more seamless for providers and clients. In 2025 fall, each region will launch a regional advisory council composed of individuals with lived experience, local providers, and community leaders to ensure service meet real-world needs. The awardees for these regions are, um, so for Region 1, everything you see in blue will be led by Rocky Mountain Health Plan, while Regions 2, which is in green, 3, which is in red, and 4, which is in yellow, will be managed by Signal Behavioral Health Network. Now let's talk through each region. Let's walk through each region. So region 1, it's the big one, the blue color, covers 33 counties, including Alamosa, Eagle, Grant, Pueblo, Summit, and as you can see in the map, the rest of them. Region 2 is highlighted in green. 18 counties like Larimer, Morgan, Weld, Yuma, and of course the rest of them, they're listed on our map. Region 3, they are highlighted in red, and 8 counties such as Boulder, El Paso, Jefferson, and then the last region, which you can see in yellow, has 4 metro counties: Adam, Arapahoe, Denver, and Douglas. Across all regions, BASOs will act as part of their communities to work efficiently with BHA providers and leaders, help all Coloradans find local behavioral health providers, and implement regional care coordination to ensure whole person health, mental, physical, and social well-being. Next slide, please. What are BASO's regional councils? Regional councils are an exciting part of Colorado's efforts to make behavioral health care more responsive and community driven. These councils will be made up of local folks who really care, people with lived experience, providers, and passionate community members. Their job is to give the BASO in their region real work insight, what services are missing, what barriers are people facing, what's working and what's not. The councils will guide improvements in services, accountability, and transparency. They will also help identify special services needed for priority populations and offer input on developing statewide care coordination infrastructure. This is where innovation starts, right in the community. Next slide, please. So, who will be part of the regional council? Each regional council will have 9 members. And since there are 4 regions, that's 36 voices from across Colorado shaping behavioral health care. To start, BHA will appoint a county commissioner to bring a leadership and policy perspective, and one person with lived experience because real life understanding of mental health or substance use is critical. Then BASO for each region will appoint 2 more individuals, both of whom also bring lived experience, but are not affiliated with behavioral health providers. This keeps the council community focused and independent. Next slide, please. There we go. So to reflect the diversity and unique needs of each region, 5 more members will be nominated by local public health or human service agencies. These folks are selected for their direct connection to the system that affect behavioral health. Someone who understands what kids and teens need, a rep from a behavioral health safety net provider, someone from K-12 education system, a person who's connected to the criminal justice system, and a community member or a person with lived experience who isn't part of the provider system. Together, these members will bring a well-rounded view of what people in their region truly need. And next slide. Thank you. What does lived experience mean? Now you might be wondering, what exactly do we mean by lived experience? Um, you've been through mental health or substance use challenges yourself, or you've helped a loved one navigate those challenges. That experience matters. It helps make the system more caring, effective, realistic about what people truly need. This kind of first-hand knowledge is incredibly valuable. It helps ensure that decisions about care are based not just on data, but on real life stories, struggles, and solutions. It makes the system more compassionate and more effective and more human. Next slide, please. What will council members do? So being on a regional council is a chance to make a real difference. You'll meet regularly with your fellow council members, online or in person, to share insights and help your BASO understand the gaps in services. You'll talk about barriers like long wait lists or transportation issues or lack of local providers and work together to find creative ways to fix them. You also have opportunities to share innovations across regions. This work connected directly to bus operations and will influence how services are designed and delivered across the state. It's collaborative, meaningful work. Next slide, please. So how can you get involved? If any part of this presentation speaks to you, or if you know someone who would be a great voice at the table, we want you to apply. We want you to share this information. I specifically encourage folks with lived experience from rural areas or from underserved communities to consider joining. Applications are open now through August 29th of this year, and the councils will begin meeting in the fall. We will be one council there. I'm sorry, there will be one council per each BHASO region, and each one is an opportunity to shape behavioral health from the ground up. To apply, please visit BHA website or use the link Marina will here shortly share with everyone. And if you have any questions, we are here gladly to address them.
Um, Hi, my name is Marari. I work with Mana Resource Center. It's a nonprofit in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. And I just had a question about nominations. So if I have someone in mind that I think would be a really good fit, who's very much well versed in the community and what the behavioral health needs of the area in Douglas County specifically would be, do I have to make that nomination with Douglas County specific agency? How would that work?
So we would love that recommendation. I would say while the county like HHS agencies are responsible for making the nominations because ostensibly they know the people within their sort of sphere of control. They're the best. They're working very closely with us, a selection committee that will be at the behest of our commissioner as well. So what my recommendation would be is not only to your county human services director, do you want to send that recommendation because this will be on their radar in upcoming months, but if you can send it to Joy Hart. I am playing the part of Joy Hart today. I'm her supervisor. So if you could email Joy, I don't know if you've interacted with her already on this issue. She's great. She's kind of all things BHASO Regional Council right now. She's just out on leave this week. So we are happy to take that recommendation under our consideration, also give it, and we will share it with our BHASO partners. If you are comfortable with it being shared. And also you probably get more bang for your buck if you email your county services director directly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for
Thank you
answering
so
that.
much. We really appreciate that kind of engagement is exactly what we're going for. We want people who know specific to the regions what access gaps and quality gaps we're looking at that more nuanced level than statewide, which it's been up to this point under the model. So
Absolutely. Thank you.
thank you so much.
I would also add that, your nominee would still need to fill out an application just so we have, their background, contact information and all of that. It is still kind of the same process, but we absolutely do love that you are looking forward to nominating someone. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Mhm.
Kelly.
Hey, good afternoon. My name's Kelly May. I'm over at the Division of Regional Centers. Two questions.
Yes.
Want to get a sense, do you guys have a rough idea on like the time commitment and cadence of meetings? Are we thinking monthly, quarterly, or that just needs to be worked out?
it still needs to be worked out, the cadence, because I think it's going to be developed in tandem with the inaugural selected committee, right? Like, how much work does this bear? What's the best cadence? And that may differ by region. And I think we're going to allow for that. Like, some of the councils, like Region 1 and Region 4 differ drastically, for example. So what their councils are informing on, how many things they're plugged into, like, it may be reasonable that they have a different cadence. And so I think we'd allow for some organic shifting no matter which way to make it work for that region. But I think you're looking at about a monthly commitment. I think is where we'd start, like a 1 hour monthly meeting. And then it would be up to that council. They can do, you know, much like any sort of advisory body, they can do like sub councils. What is that called? My Lord, working groups. I don't know. I'm out of words today. I apologize. But you know, it's really going to be up to those inaugural councils, and BHA is instrumental in setting up this sort of first round, and then it's largely going to be a cadence controlled by our BASO partners after the first implementation year. So I think reality will bear out a lot of like what works best for each BASO regional partner. If that makes sense. But I would guess like a month, 1 hour a month at minimum.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Just was kind of curious. And then I know you're having fairly small council just based on what you kind of mapped out for like the number of people. Are other community stakeholders invited to those council meetings to where they can provide input, particularly if they're not chosen to be on the council?
I believe they are subject to open meeting law as they're being like done on our behalf, like through one of our administrators. In full transparency, I'm a lawyer, but I'm not BHA's lawyer. So that would be something that I would want to get you a solid actual opinion on. But my sense is that with the heavy lean towards lived experience, wanting to hear what is actually going on out there, regardless of who is appointed to it, my assumption is that they will be public meetings.
Okay, that's real helpful. I do think that, I mean, we think it's important that professionals in intellectual and developmental disability field are involved with the BASOs, whether that's serving on the council or being community stakeholders, because that's a very underserved population with our behavioral health system currently. A lot of you have IDD, I can't serve you. And we work with people through all 4 regions. So some of us might apply to the regions that we have specific knowledge on. But if we don't get selected, I wanted to at least make sure that there's some avenues where maybe we can share some of that IDD specific feedback.
Absolutely. And if you could send an email sort of to that effect, like, here's my goal, making sure we have this representation on these councils, to Joy, I will see all of that and make sure that this gets shepherded through, because this is, again, the kind of feedback we're making sure that we're not dropping people through the net. And this also, we're thinking about these selection committees and review committees of all the applications, which again are open through the end of August. So like, please, the more interest you can generate, the more diversity of options we have in what may be appropriate per each region. And then nothing there bars us working with you very closely. Like you said, even if you aren't selected, we're still the behavioral health authority in the state, need to know what's going on. So we're very interested in the conversation in general.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Trying to, thank you. Marina keeps me administratively honest. Like I said, they don't let me near technology very often. But there's the applications. This page, the BASO page, is like pretty new. We launched officially July 9. Like it's being updated pretty frequently. I would use that as sort of a landing page for this particular issue. And definitely send emails to joy.hart@state, and with any recommendations, considerations, things like that. She's really taking the charge here. So fabulous.
Yep, I'm good. Thank you.
Sweet. All right. Yes. Thank you. All right.
All right. Well,
Well, I
thank you
will.
so much. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you so
give
much for
people time
joining
back.
today. Absolutely. I think we're gonna hang out a little bit maybe with Ioana just to make sure no one else joins, as people might join later. But if you don't have any other questions, feel free to jump off. Again, Joy's information is in the chat. And we're always available and ready and are certainly seeking to recruit a wide range of regional council members representing a variety of stakeholders throughout our community. So thank you so much for being here today. If you're like, I want to hear this presentation again, we have 2 more presentations coming up, one for the next 2 Mondays. And so you are more than welcome to jump in again and see if maybe other questions come up. All of that is also on the website that I dropped in the chat. And again, just a quick reminder on the timeline, the applications are open for another 6 weeks through August 29th. And then the review committees will review the applications first 2 weeks of September. And the goal is to form the councils by October 1st. And so we have a little bit of time, but also if you think about it, not a lot of time. And so, spread the word, share the website, and always let us know if you have any questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Pleasure meeting you guys. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.